This look...
I'm not starting this invasion until somebody listens to my big speech.
Help! This wasn't in this month's book.
I'm not starting this invasion until somebody listens to my big speech. Finally, you notice us. Tremble, Asgardians, for your light will soon be extinguished by the power of the ether. The time has come for Asgard to suffer as we have suffered. Come, my army of dark elves. Destroy them! All who oppose us will be destroyed! Cannot hope to win against the power of ether. They appear to be winning against the power of ether.
Uh-oh. This wasn't in this month's bullpen.
Crush them, you fools! Well, this is looking bad. Wait! I accept defeat. Curses! If only we actually had the ether. I had hoped that merely telling you we had it would be enough to demoralize you into losing. Well, it was worth a shot. No hard feelings. I'll just leave this here and be on my way.
Face front. This looks like yet another perilous predicament. Uh-oh. This wasn't in this month's bullpen bulletin. Face front. This looks like yet another perilous predicament. Uh-oh. This wasn't in this month's bullpen bulletin.
Pray, assist me before I faint dramatically!
I have no idea how that happened. Thanks, true believers.
mighty deceiver is upon us. I wouldst ask that you lend your ear to my plight. Mayhap I should try visiting Midgard.
I dare say I could use your help. Would you spare me a moment? Our most recent battle was far from our finest, but Volstagg is taking our defeat a little harder than I would expect. Since our return, he has taken to eating everything in sight. Comfort eating is not uncommon amongst Asgardians, but some of us have a banquet to host and shall struggle to do so with an empty pantry. If you could fetch me some replacement victuals, I would be most grateful.
How in the name of the Allfather shall I proceed here?
The mighty deceiver is upon us. I wouldst ask that you lend your ear to my plight.
I would urge you to find that food with haste. Asgardians are rather ill-tempered on an empty stomach, and a room full of them. Well, I think we'd have another battle on our hands. I dare say Volstagg would be a most formidable weapon were we to set him on an enemy's food stores. I must remember that for future battles. Do my nostrils deceive me? I dare say you have returned with enough fine-smelling nutriment to get this banquet started after all. Don't worry about Volstagg. He had a little too much to eat and went for a little nap. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. My thanks to you.
The mighty deceiver is upon us. I wouldst ask that you lend your ear to my plight. While seeking Trauma's counsel, a baleful shade struck us. Attempting to cozen us, he claims to be Thor, Odin's son. Yet I know this to be folly. He is, in truth, a clone of Odin's son, known as Ragnarok. There can only be one Thor, or two if one were to count myself. Please, aid me, instruct you, knucklehead! I promised Ultra Girl I would stop saying that. What is that other phrase I overheard her say? The battle cries of Midgard can be so strange. Verily I say that thou dost not want none of whatever it is that thou wouldst find most disagreeable. We are victorious! Let this vile betrayer's deceiving tongue be forever silenced. Thor would be most prideful of the great service you have done this day. Therefore, in the name of Asgard, I grant thee this boon.
When Thor lent me his aid back then, I did not expect he would ask me to repay him like this. But my word is my bond, and it must be done. I must meet and greet with the good people of Asgard in his place. Fortunately, my Thor impression is impeccable. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the locations which I must visit. Perhaps you could aid me in seeking them out?
I dare say the great Thor is running rather late.
I believe this is the first location. This shouldn't take a moment. Wonderful to see you. Oh, yes, I suffered a sinus infection. Made my face swell in strange places. Have you lost weight?
Oh, most excellent.
On to the next.
This feast will be even grander once our esteemed guest arrives.
Here we are. Excuse me while I...
This feast will be even grander once our esteemed guest arrives.
Here we are. Excuse me while I...
This threat.
I strongly object to this predicament!
I must do all in my power to shield Asgard from this threat. If people think I will allow my throne to be used in the practice of such frivolous things as Hulk selfies, they can think again. It may appear excessive to you, but I have several guards stationed ready to apprehend anyone partaking in such mockery. As long as their watchful eyes are trained on that throne, none shall selfie. I must do all in my power to shield Asgard from this threat. I must do all in my power to shield Asgard from this threat. I must do all in my power to shield Asgard from... I must do all in my power to shield Asgard from this threat. If people think it may... shield Asgard from this threat. I must do all in my power to shield Asgard from this threat.
you.